Yo, hey yo, cheers, good morning, hey yo, crypto fam, cheers, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Oh, it's a mess over there. Woo, Dougie, woo, cheers, good morning, crypto fam, good morning, Kungfu nerd fam, hello, hey yo. We have a lot of things to cover today. We got the Banco Santander news, we got the Wall Street breakdown, we got cannabis stock breakdown, we have whales. Who are the whales in the market? We also have we're going to talk about the golden ratio, the Fibonacci sequence. We have a sketch pad set up, so we're going to do a little bit of sketch padding. And we're also going to talk about the onslaught of forever. Will we get to 589? Will we get to 0.589? Who really knows? Got to give this little warning a run through, and then we'll get right to it. You know how we do it, so here's the warning.
I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a fiduciary, and I'm not offering financial advice. I'm looking at information and reviewing it with you. Also, before we get started, go ahead and click that subscribe button and click that like button to show support to our channel, and click that bell to get notifications for whenever I post videos next.
All right. Okay, here we go. Are we rich yet? Hello. Let's say hey to the room. Before we say hey to the room, let's give a shout out to CKJ Crypto News. Thank you so much for the shout out a second ago, and thank you so much for I won the CKJ giveaway on Crypto After Dark the other night. It was great. I won 100 XRP. I gave 50 back to the show and said, CKJ, give out those 50 to some more peeps. And then I took 50 to give away on my Twitter, and then we put up a tweet, and CKJ met the 25 XRP for the first giveaway we did, which was really cool. So that's up, and I thought it was going to end yesterday in the middle of the day, but I said it was going to be 48 hours, so I think it ends today. So we're going to pick that one up. We'll pick a winner for that today. CKJ has already sent me the XRP, so that's ready to go, ready to send out for whoever wins that. So there's a lot of stuff that's happening. A lot of things that if you follow my Twitter, you're probably up to date with a lot of this stuff. The giveaway with CKJ and I is up. All you have to do is follow and retweet. I did the other 25 as another wrap giveaway because people were still retweeting the old wrap giveaway and it had already ended. So we put up that other 25 from the winnings for another wrap going platinum giveaway. That's right. I'm the crypto YouTuber that made a crypto wrap, and it's pretty good. I'm gonna say it's pretty good. I don't know. It took me a long time to even feel like I could let it out of the studio. I probably burned through about 40 to 50, maybe even 100 different versions of that song before I was like finalized a single one. Yeah, I was feeling sick the last few days. Oh man, I busted out the rap. It was my birthday. I took a little bit of a time off, and then I got sick because I was up late, up late watching candlesticks. I was burning the candle on both ends. It hit me hard. I wasn't doing my breathing exercises. I was feeling sick the last few days. I feel so much better today. Thank you for asking what's up, Stuart XRP. I did a bunch of breathing exercises yesterday out in the sun, which we'll have some of those. We'll have some of those coming out on the channel for you guys. You're breathing manually right now. There you go. I just did that for you. Now you're breathing manually. Be conscious of your breathing. Take a full inhale, full exhale. It's very beneficial for your body. You know, you expel 70% of the toxins from your blood from your exhale. So if you're doing shallow chest breathing, how much oxygen are you actually exchanging? How much toxins are you actually expelling? Things to think about, things to enjoy when you're breathing. That's right. Let's say hey to the room. Yo, Bob, hello. Rohit Kumar, Jason L, what's up? Diane, Wilson, Chellfire, Ahmed Ali, Ricardo, Praxis, Nicholas, Crypto, Bird Dog, Zed, Zerp, XRP Grind, Dareem, Mo. What is up? Praxis, XRP Grind again. How was your birthday, dude? How was your birthday? Mo, Notorious, Chris Ford, what's up? Laszlo, Black Justin, Notorious, hello everybody. Cambo Vision, Everyday Random, NIA, Mike Smith, what is up? Dubai, Parrots, Bayan, Jake, Blaze, Laz. Oh man, so many people. Larry, Las Vegas, thank you so much. Good to see you, Larry, Las Vegas. I appreciate the support. Getting us started off strong. I really I feel it. I feel support. I feel the love. Let's do a hotkey. Breaking news seems good. Breaking news. Nerdy Ripple OG. What's up, Bill Gould? What's up, Ripple OG? Chisme, Mike. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. What's good? What's up, my man? What's up with you? Hello. 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 Just another quick shout out to CKJ Crypto News. Thanks for giving me a shout out on into your stream. And also, I gotta give props to you, dude. Going live 2 times a day, so draining. I can barely do 1 a day. Barely can I do 1 live stream a day. You're doing 2. That's gotta be it's gotta be hard. Shout out. Do some breathing exercises, bro. Do some breathing exercises. I'll put up a video later for you to get your energy back up. Some qigong. Anyway, we'll do more Kung Fu videos like that soon. There felt like a really pertinent time for me to put up XRP videos, and I felt like that we had a time frame that I wanted to get information out, so I did pretty much double down on XRP on this channel. Someone asked yesterday, they were like, yo, I went back into your channel, and your channel used to be 0 crypto. It used to be all Kung Fu and movement and vlogs. What happened? Let me tell you what happened. CKJ Crypto News asked me the same thing one time when we were talking on the phone, and honestly, what happened was I had 2 YouTube channels. I had one for crypto and one for yoga and Kung Fu, and then YouTube changed their partner policy, and I was going to get kicked out of the partner program because both my channels alone didn't qualify. The only way I could make it is if I combined my channels, and I did that. Combined my channels. That's the end of the story. The crypto Kung Fu nerd legend goes a little further back than that. There might be a legend that will put up the Kung Fu nerd creation myth. Anyway, thanks for all the support. We have another wrap giveaway going on. I put up this meme this morning because I just want to encourage you guys to remember that we are going to be doing more RMRs. We are going to do more Ripple meme review giveaways. This meme is my own. I put this up. This is the only meme I've ever made. This is the only, I've made a lot of memes. This is the only XRP meme I've made. A lot of my edits are memes, you could say. So a lot of the clip-ins and edits, I make those edits. All these goofy drops that you guys are like, where'd that stuff come from? I made that shit. I love the intro. It's like, it's that the new face slowed down with a different song behind it. dropping that. So I do some memes, but I love this. This is the only meme. I put this together. I put it out here. People speculating about XRP price and they're all putting their hand on the utility elephant, and they're like, $1, 50 cents, $5, $7,000. Ah, I don't know. You know, it's my favorite meme because 1, I think it's hilarious. 2, I think it's kind of educational. And 3, if you add all the prices together, XRP Moon. XRP Moon! XRP! I know. I couldn't help myself. I couldn't help it. So what's happening out here in the world of crypto? What's happening out here in the world of thoughts and tweets? Man, Fubar, your response is like at the bottom of this tweet, looking funny. I put this up this morning. It relates to everything we're going to talk about today. Our actions can be no wiser than our thoughts, and our thoughts can be no wiser than our understanding. There you go, just for you. This is something that I thought was really interesting yesterday as well. David put up a new blog article. David Schwartz put up a new blog on Ripple, the ICYMI. I recently wrote an article about how POW, or proof of work systems, are becoming more and more centralized, while XRP becomes more and more decentralized. This is really important. This is an evolving narrative that people still don't really understand. So I think it's important for us to be patient and communicate truths and be able to boil down these complex discussions to a very basic foundational level of understanding. One of the things that's important here to realize is that most people still don't even consider pre-mined coins crypto. I saw someone the other day, I think I followed him just because I like to follow people who have opposing views. It gives me insights for how to shred and tear down their wall. Possibly the best thing about the reluctance to adopt these pre-mined coins is that people don't consider them true functioning cryptos, and they might not until it's too late. It might be the equivalent of people who doubted crypto entirely until Bitcoin hit 20K. They bought in at 20K, and now it's sitting at 6. I'm not saying that's a good analogy for anything that's about to happen, but I'm saying, you know, maybe the people who are into some of these mineable coins won't be able to shift their perspective until maybe the next bull run or the next all-time high, or maybe till more mass adoption happens. So thinking about what actually happened in the news yesterday, I don't know how relevantly new this is. I don't know if this is breaking news. I don't know anymore if this news is breaking or if it's just people trying to get headline clicks. No, we froze. Oh, you're back. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought we froze for good. It's hard to say. It's hard to say when it's a complete freeze and we restart, or when it's just like a partial freeze and we get to come back. I think we're back. I think we're here. I think it's good. I think it's good. So it's hard to say whenever it's really real news or when it's just like regurgitated news. I don't know when Banco Santander decided to make this. It might be brand new announcements. You guys might, they might be brand new. It might be brand new. I don't know. Is the stream offline? Did we just lose it? Did we just lose it? Did we just go dropped? Did we just get dropped? So this is we keep seeing stuff like this. We keep seeing stuff like this happen where people are reporting conversations as news. You'll basically see this happen a lot. You'll see this happen a lot. People are reporting conversations as news. This seems pretty important, relevant, exciting. Metzger, thinking about Ed Metzger, saying that the bank will happily use XRP in order to settle all of the payments with OnePayFX. Metzger said that the bank will happily use XRP in order to settle all of the payments with OnePayFX payment solution. That's a pretty big statement. XRP in order to settle all the payments in its OnePayFX app. According to Metzger, the addition of RippleNet into OnePay is likely to streamline the process of other banks beginning to use XRP-related products in countries like South Korea and Japan. Well, hot doggy. Hot doggy. That sounds all right. I think we can say that sounds okay. Javi Gonzalez, thank you for chiming in. Javi Gonzalez says, no source. I went here in Spain to the central building and they knew nothing. So that article would know less. Javi Gonzalez, that's why I appreciate you chiming in and telling me more about what's happening with this. We see this happen a lot. We see this over and over again. I'm not gonna say that we can just exclude live Bitcoin news, but you know what I'm gonna do? You know what part of the plan is now? Originally, you guys know Coil came online. You guys know that Coil is up. If you're a content creator, if you run a website, if you have a YouTube channel, you can sign up. You can join Coil right now. You don't need an invite link. As a content creator, you just go and join up right now. Put the code in your header or just sign in with your YouTube and you're good to go. You're earning through the ILP. I earned my first drops from the ILP the other day. People that don't realize how big this is, that Wheats put a personalized address for everyone that has access to the Tipbot. You now have access to your individualized ILP payment address. Pow! Pow! Right in the kisser. That is big stuff. It's mind-boggling how awesome that is. You basically just got given a receiving address in the ILP, the new central bank. Pretty good. Pretty good. So honestly, thinking about, how exciting is it to get your first ILP drops in payments, I was very excited. Because we keep seeing news like this go up, and I'm not saying we should do it, but I'm going to make a news site. I'm going to make a crypto news site. I'm going to show you guys how to embed Coil on it, and I'm going to show you how to build this website from the ground up. It'll be super simple. We'll have that video probably up in a week. you can now build and run your own crypto news site. You can be just like any of these yahoos that decide to make up news and send it into the world. That's right. It'll be great. It'll be great. We'll put that video up soon. Don't worry. Don't worry. You guys will all have your own news outlets very soon, and you can all get paid by Coil in XRP drops. It's a plan. It's a plan then. You're right. You're right. We probably shouldn't do it, but we're going to do it anyway. That's right. That would be sick. Let's do it. That'd be sick. So look at the price of XRP. It was at 48 cents. It bounced. It found some resistance at 49 maybe today, and it found some support at about 46,218. We're at 46,754 in Binance. And honestly, with the news that's pending on the horizon, with the possibility of the next big catalyst, I think that we will see maybe a little bit of a decline, maybe another little bit of a dip or a drop, not too much lower before we see it turn back up. I don't know what the catalyst will be. I don't know what the news will be that brings this change on board. I'm excited to see it. Again, I think that the narrative's still evolving about what's happening with proof of work and Ripple protocol networks. Referencing this tweet from yesterday, Evan Schwartz, who is the lead engineer at Xspring, he talks about interoperability doesn't work if there's a built-in token. Talking about the ILP again, and we reference the ILP often. It's big stuff. Big stuff. Good stuff. Big stuff. Again, thinking about the things that we've been talking about recently and that I want to keep up to date with, I got a brand new phone. It's really sweet and amazing, and I love it. I think one of the bigger problems when I was thinking about getting a new phone was my apprehension about what to do with my my safety, my two-factor, and any coins I'm holding on my old phone. So we're going to do a video about that for you guys that are about to do a phone upgrade, what that means, how to keep your coins safe, and we'll have that coming out soon as well. The problem right now, the biggest problem I see right now is honestly this is what's running the market, is these whales. So I found this article, Can the Whales of Bitcoin Tank the Market? I just thought this was a cool little infographic. I love data represented in graphics. And it just gets me going. You know, like data with a good graphic, man, I'm sold. I'm there. Who are the 32 Bitcoin whales? So this is, again, not XRP. This is just Bitcoin whales. But I like to go, as I said earlier, I like to go follow people who are opposing my view. I like to go and peep some subreddits of people that are supporters of BTC. And in some subreddit the other day, I found people talking about the last few runs on XRP and how the BTC maximalists have been taking advantage of this volume and this price movement to day trade themselves into a better position with their Bitcoin. So looking at the Bitcoin whales and who they are, and I thought this was kind of cool to look at. This is traders, 33% traders, miners and early adopters, also 33%. So a nice even split between the two whales there. 33% traders, 33% miners and early adopters. So a lot of money, 15 wallets on the miners, only 9 wallets worth $2 billion. There's 9 wallets worth a total of $2 billion, and they're trading 33% of the Bitcoins in the market. That's crazy. That's crazy. Scott WP, I won't tell on you. I won't tell on you. Your secret's safe with me. Secret's safe with me. I was so far back in the comments that I couldn't even see I'm so far back in the comments. Let me just catch up for a second and see what you guys are talking about. What's up, Kickboy? Thanks for joining. What's up, XRP 1000, Crypto Bird Dog, Red 5 Gunny? What's up, Ashraful Haku? Kungfu, do I have your permission to hit that like button? Yes, you do. Smashy the like button, just for me. Congrats, Kickboy. Hello. Good morning, fam. What's up? Hello. Puff, puff, pass. I don't know what you're talking about. Have I been muted? No, you have not been muted. Did you see the latest tweet about David? Which one was that? The one that we were just referencing, where he put up the blog, the new blog article on Ripple, talking about the narrative changing. Obviously, people still not really supporting pre-mined coins. Proof of work systems are becoming more centralized, while XRP becoming more and more decentralized. You can see how, obviously, referencing again this Evan Schwartz tweet. It doesn't really matter right now what the people believe or what the narrative that they believe is, as long as things keep going in this direction. It's gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine either way. ILP goes live. People can use the ILP, this thin protocol layer, in whatever way they want, with whatever coin they want. If it's cheaper and easier to send XRP, as we've been saying it will be for months now, then it will eventually or immediately return interest to XRP. Because people thinking about, like, I saw a Tiffany Hayden tweet earlier, and I really liked it. I think I liked it and retweeted it. She said, nobody wants to buy new money. Like, no one wants to go buy new money, right? You can't really convince someone like, yo, you gotta buy this new money, this new money, it's real good money. No one cares. No one. People are like, get out of here. You're in a cult. You're in a cult. I ain't gonna buy your new money. Your new gold. So I saw a tweet that I thought was funny. Hayden put up that was like, no one wants to buy your new money, and I don't know where it is. I might try to find it, but thinking about that. The possibility that most of the narrative still focused on the pre-mined coins are not as popular with the crypto fam. A lot of people still probably thinking that the reality of the higher return, the probability of higher returns, falls into these proof of work coins. Now, proof of work, as we know, highlighting the flaws in proof of work. We could do that over and over again. And what it really comes down to is function. It comes down to function. It comes down to efficiency. Now, this is where we're going to take a little bit of a pivot. We're going to take a little bit of a pivot here. I really like you guys. I really like you guys. I care about you as a person, as an individual. I want you to succeed. I want you to know that you have everything you need to accomplish your goals. You are beautiful and amazing just how you are. You're ready for whatever the world's going to throw at you. You're ready. You're ready for this, okay? Thinking about this success, thinking about this efficiency, thinking about this refinement of efficiency. I talk about this often, and I think this is one of the things that I like to drop a little bit every now and then, the relationship between the golden ratio and the Fibonacci sequence. The relationship between the golden ratio and the Fibonacci sequence is a big thing. It means a lot. It means a lot to me, and it continually offers insight. It continually offers insight into what's happening in the world around us. Luke K, that giveaway we're gonna do right after the stream. I forgot it was a 48-hour giveaway, 48-hour giveaway. Oops, and not a 24-hour giveaway. So that's gonna end today. I think it's gonna end right after this. So we talk about this golden ratio and Fibonacci sequence relationship a lot, and I think there's a degree of, we're gonna use the sketch pad and we're gonna just go for this. It's gonna be sweet. So this is you right here, and this is success how we normally view it. We're like, success is us just going like up this way, right? Maybe here's success, your X at the top. Do you like my drawing? This is a really high level drawing here. We're gonna get some really in-depth breakdown here about what's happening. So do you think this is success? You know, here's you, there's success. It's straight up. The problem is that that's not really what happens. The problem is that this is what the Fibonacci sequence and the golden ratio teaches you. Here's success. It's this base. It's this middle line. Let's say this is success. Let's say here's you, and let's say you go for your success. What normally happens, and this is kind of what's happening with the narrative right now. You go shoot for success. Oh, you end up way up here. Here's success. What are you doing up there? That's Bitcoin. That's Bitcoin. This is an analogy we use a lot. Refinement, improvement, progression, using the golden ratio and Fibonacci sequence to think about this. The idea of refinement and achieving your ultimate potential in reality. You get to the other side of this and you realize, like, whoa, success is the other way now. You overshot. You basically overshot a little bit, right? You went for success. It's the middle line, and you ended up here. You ended up right here. And what do? You go again. You go for success again. And what do? You get a little bit closer, but you shoot past it one more time. This goes over and over again. You just keep doing this. You just keep doing, whoop, that's too far. You keep doing this, and each time you get closer. Each time you get closer and closer to this middle line of success. This is refinement. This is refinement, mathematical refinement of the golden ratio and the Fibonacci sequence. Now, the beauty of this, when we look at this number, the progression of it goes 1, 2, 1.5, 1.66, 1.6, 1.625, 1.615, 1.619, 1.6176. It's bouncing back and forth. It's chasing perfection. Perfection's a concept. We've talked about this before. Perfection's a concept, right? It's not a permanent state. It's not an absolute truth. So chasing perfection is the idea of this continual refinement, recognizing that there's always something to be improved upon. I want to say this. I just want to say this right now. I just want to say this in all seriousness. Taking the space seriously is important to me. When I see people making light of things like, and I'm going to say it. I saw a video this morning and it kind of pissed me off. I saw a guy making light of suicide and making jokes about committing suicide or having to work the rest of your life or having to go back to work on Monday. It kind of irked me. It irked me a little bit. I kind of feel like that guy's a piece of shit. I'm just going to say it. I don't even know who it is because he decided to keep his name anonymous. I hope you heard me say that. You are a horrible person. And I don't mean that you can't get better. I mean that you should improve on yourself. You should probably take a chance to improve on yourself. And the reality is joking about suicide is not funny. Joking about mental health is not funny. So I know there's a lot of people in this space that are like trying to get really hype right now. And they're like, woo, 589! 589! Woo! But in reality, there is some people who are not feeling it. They're feeling maybe a little bit irked. They're maybe a little bit confused. They're feeling like, who's lying to me? Who's telling the truth? What's happening out here? You got live Bitcoin news regurgitating fake news. What is happening out here in this space? Mental health is serious. I think we missed the Suicide Awareness Day, the National Suicide Awareness Day. It wasn't on our radar, and I should have said something during that stream about it, but I want us to be safe. I want you to be safe. You can get as rich as you want. You could be rich and famous tomorrow, and if you have a mental health issue, that's not going to go away. That's not going to go away. I want to be 100% serious right now. If you're having any thoughts of depression, if you're having any thoughts of confusion and what's going on with your life, stop tunnel visioning XRP. XRP is great. I get it. It's amazing. But thinking about this sketchpad, thinking about refinement, thinking about if what's happening with you right now is that you're feeling like this is a weird space, think about a refinement. Think about making a refinement. Stop putting so much attachment and expectation on not working. Go listen to a Gary V video. Go listen to a Gary V video. Everybody has to work. If you woke up tomorrow with billions of dollars, you're going to have more work to do than you have right now. If you have a normal 5 to 9 job, Monday through Friday, that job's probably pretty chill because at the end of the day, you clock out, you go home. That's pretty easy. If you're not appreciative of what you have and what you have going for you, that's a problem. And it's a problem it's not going to change when you become rich and famous, okay? XRP could moon tomorrow, but I guarantee you if you're not feeling good inside, nothing's going to change. Nothing about that's going to change. Do some breathing exercises, do some movement, get outside. The point of this, what I'm saying is, yeah, go listen to some Gary V. Thank you, Roger K. Thank you, XRP Africa. Gary V is the shit. Gary V is so awesome. Stop living for your Monday. Stop living for the weekend and start just living for your life. Start living for your life right now. 5 to 9 job. Yeah, exactly. The 5 to 9. I think this is one of the things that I feel is really rampant in the community where people are putting this expectation on XRP to change their life. And it will. A lot of things are going to change. This narrative's changing. Technology's changing. XRP's really, really awesome. And it's a beautiful digital asset. But if you think life's hard now when you can clock out and go home and just space out, it's not going to get any easier. When you become your own boss, thank you, Ahmed. Yeah, exactly. If you quit working, they've run a study. They've proven that if you retire tomorrow and you have nothing to do, then you will probably die. And I mean like you'll just have nothing to do. You'll have nothing to focus on. the idea here is that if you don't like your job, get a new job. Start building assets instead of liabilities. And we're going to talk a lot more about that. We're going to start talking more about what building an asset is. What can you do now? A lot of you guys are probably a lot younger than me. What can you do now as a young person to build assets instead of liabilities? And you know, T Womb's making jokes, and I appreciate jokes. I like jokes. I like to laugh. It's funny. It's good stuff. T Womb said, I don't care about mental health issues as long as we moon. And I just wanted to highlight, I think that there's got to be some people, they're probably not speaking up, but they're probably in the background feeling a little bit confused and probably wondering, like, who can I even trust anymore? Because I see a lot of people on YouTube just going straight for the hype and no one's talking about what's really happening. In reality, if you are not feeling good right now, figure that out. Being rich and famous, XRP mooning is not going to fix that, okay? It's not going to fix that. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. It's like that Jim Carrey quote, I wish everyone could become rich and famous so they could realize that is not the answer to your problems. It is not the answer to your problems. And I love this, the golden ratio and Fibonacci sequence refinement. This is a really goofy little drawing. I get it. It's not the most beautiful art, but if your goal is success, like if your goal is this baseline success right here, this middle ground, that's different for everybody. You know, of course you want financial freedom. Of course you want the ability to succeed. Of course you want the ability to be autonomous, in charge of your own right, to be masterful, to be better at something. These are all inalienable rights. These are big things. I applaud you going after these. I applaud you seeking these psychological rewards. But I don't want you to be confused and misappropriate your attention, because in reality, you're gonna always have to turn back and refine something else. You're always gonna have to refine another part. And if XRP moons tomorrow and you have all the money in the world, there's gonna be something else that you can focus on. There's gonna be something else that you could do to benefit yourself, to improve your success, to improve your ability to be successful, to improve your ability to refine your output, refine your energetic state and your quality of being. And these are big things. And I think these are baseline conversations that they're the reason crypto is so powerful right now. And people aren't discussing the foundational concepts. People are not discussing the foundational concepts of crypto. One of the biggest things that changes between some of the blockchains, especially between the proof of work and the pre-mined blockchains, is the incentivization of the miners, or the incentivization of the algorithm to maintain a specific standard of excellence. And that's problem. That's a problem. And that's a problem that we're going to eventually refine and arrive at. And this is why crypto is so powerful. This is why crypto is so powerful, because crypto is literally like, we were down here. Let's say, instead of saying this is Bitcoin right here, let's get a new color so you guys can see what's going on. How do I just found this I just found this program and I have no idea how to use it. Color. Is it red? Can I make it red? Okay, perfect. Okay. So let's say that let's say in the 1970s, the first global financial system arrives, and we're start building the first payment rails around the world. That's this bubble down here, this red one at the bottom. The time that took for them to go from this to Swift, let's just jump ahead. Let's jump ahead a little bit. The beginning of modern digital banking-esque, then to Swift. This pattern right here, that took 40 freaking years. That took 40 years to go from the legacy banking systems and then Swift adoption. Swift adoption. So then if you were to say like, well, the building of Bitcoin could be another refinement, but no one's using it. No one's using it. It still took a while to get to. Building of Bitcoin, another refinement. The possibility to buy out of a controlled nation state fiat. Awesome. Then Bitcoin improves and maybe actually gets used. You know, Bitcoin launches, Bitcoin hits its all-time high right here. Crypto gets recognized around the world. Eyes are looking at crypto. These are eyes. They're looking down. Woo, crypto. It's going to fix all my problems. Yay! That's his head, and there's his arms. Nice. All right, my artistry's quality. Woo, crypto. Then you know, Bitcoin's great. Everybody loves Bitcoin, and then all of a sudden, Bitcoin's not the best thing. You know, Bitcoin's not the best thing. So maybe XRP's next. XRP's better. It's faster. People like it. You know, what if the next refinement is not a specific coin at all? The next refinement's the ILP. So we hit the ILP right here. You know, it's closer to success for financial systems than anything before. It's more, people are more in charge of their money, and it's a big protocol layer. Allows people to use whatever coin they want on there. That's pretty crazy. The ILP right there. What's the next step? What's the next step? We don't know. We don't know at all. That we don't really know at all. We don't really know what the next refinement is. Quantum resistant XRP, maybe? Quantum resistant XRP? That's great. The reality is that the reality is that most of the time, the conversation's not even going to take part in the real world. Like, people are not going to report on this until it's old news. They're going to be very reactive to these changes. And I think that's one of the things that's really exciting to think about. Most of the people taking part of this conversation, they realize that these changes happen behind the scenes. These changes are happening behind the scenes. Most people are not aware of this conversation. Even if they are, they might be confused about the information available. They might be thinking about, oh man, Bitcoin proof of work is the way to go. I know it is. I saw an article by some guy. That's probably it's probably the most deceptive narrative of our times, is that Bitcoin is going to be a solution to something. And I think it's interesting to look at. What can you say, though, when we're thinking about the price of XRP and the banks being brought on board, banks needing to use it for the price to increase? We talked about this yesterday, the paradox of liquidity and volume and price, and what that means. It's like a holy trinity paradox. And it's really interesting to look at. I'm really excited about where we're going with XRP. And potentially, I think, the announcement yesterday, Uphold put out some news yesterday thinking about making a stable coin. They put out a stable coin that has an annual interest on it, annual return, or something like that. What does that mean? What does that mean? Well, I think it means that there are a lot of stepping stones on the road to adoption. There's a lot of stepping stones on the road to adoption. We might have eventually at some point realized, like, these stable coins will probably be more popular than anything else for a minute. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe XRP dominance will happen right away, and the stable coins will have not that much popularity. But Uphold launched a stable coin. Uphold launched a stable coin, and they also sent out an email this morning saying that everyone that buys their stable coin or joins their stable coin program gets an affiliate code. You can share your affiliate code to earn their stable coin. It sounds kind of like an affiliate MLM system. I don't know. You can see the most legitimate companies in the space heading towards these stable coins and these, developing their own ecosystem. I think I got into a thread. I responded to Rob Lee yesterday, and he said something about how he did not think that was a good idea, how there was a lot of risks involved with that. Basically, it's a loan at that point. And there was a whole thread I didn't get to read through, and we can read it if you want, thinking about that in the news. But I wanted to cover that. Uphold stablecoin. I wanted to cover the refinement process. People continually thinking about refinement and success as this very isolated idea, very isolated concept. People often make comments at me, and I feel like I don't even need to respond. A lot of times, you can tell me what you're thinking about, and that tells me who you are. That's a very, very basic statement, but I really like it. You could tell me what you're thinking about, and you're really telling me who you are. So what are you thinking about? What is your focus right now? What are you focused on? What is your goal? That's a great question. We looked at this yesterday. The Wall Street firms to move trillions in blockchain in 2018. That was a year-old article. Wall Street firms to move trillions to blockchain in 2018. That's a year-old article in the Wall Street Journal. We have 2 months, right? We have 2 months to see if that happens. 2 months to find out if this is going to happen. And that was last year in Wall Street Journal. Either way, it's a refinement. Either way, if you look at it, it's a refinement in my mind. We also have another article that came out today. Why October could be the month for a Bitcoin rally. So we have the ELF's decision, possibly an ELF decision on the horizon. We have the Bitcoin rally, possibly because the IMF downgraded the world economic growth outlook by spurring risk-off trading across the globe. This pushed Bitcoin to a new high, apparently, but the price retracted and retraced fast as the move was not supported by volume. This means that any breakout upwards or downwards should have healthy volume behind it. Only this can assure the price continues to move further. If the volume isn't there, it's more likely that the breakout is short-lived. Now, we referenced this yesterday. Feels like we're just doing the same thing we did yesterday, but we're not. We're not. This is potentially one of the problems with both the ledgers right now. The fact that neither one of the ledgers, XRP or BTC, neither one has the volume or liquidity it needs to be a service. None of them. None of them. None of them have volume. None of them have liquidity. But who's the most likely to achieve that? Who is the most likely to achieve that? XRP Moon. XRP Moon! XRP! So, what do you guys think about this? What do you guys think is happening out here? Jack says, look up ILP. It doesn't matter if they shake hands or not. Everyone will use the ILP to move value, all value. Diane says, yeah, I'd be cautious putting all XRP on uphold for interest. Would like to see how it goes for a while first. So she's saying she's feeling a little bit nervous about trusting uphold. AP says, I have no Twitter. Basic C says, there is no paradox. Why do you keep saying this? If you need more liquidity, you just increase one of the two variables, the underlying value of an asset or increase volume. It's really funny that I gave you all the foundational concepts for you to understand what I'm suggesting, and you just regurgitated all the foundational concepts for you to understand what I'm saying, and you still don't understand what I'm saying. Basic C, I saw your comment yesterday. It would probably do you really good just to think about what you're saying to me and realize what I'm saying to you, and maybe your answer will be answered for you. Thank you. Jesus got no crypto, says Zed Zerps. Diane says it is super strong. Super strong. What is up, Elfie? How's it going? Says Kung Fu. Elfie says, what's up, Kung Fu? What's up with you, Elfie? How's it going? How's it going? Bob Dabalina. Bob Dabalina. I think someone was discussing that. I think even yesterday someone was discussing that Uphold is not federally insured. Uphold's not federally insured. So that's a risk. Yeah, apparently they have a couple options. Uphold has they have a stable coin with annual returns. They have a lending program with like as low as 9% capital or something. And they also have, again, all their other assets. Yeah, I don't know. Upholds. They also sent out an email this morning to me that they have a multi-level marketing scheme going. I put the link in the video. If you guys want to join and I think you get to join Uphold's program. I have no idea. They sent me an email this morning that said you can basically win some of their stablecoin by sharing the link. So if you guys want to use my link to sign up and then share your own link, maybe Uphold will give you some stablecoins. They said they're giving away $500,000 in stablecoin. I don't know why. I don't know what the plan is with that. It's crazy. It's a crazy plan. Let's see how it works for them. Let's see how it works for them. Kung Fu, your realistic price by end of year. My realistic price by end of year. There's so many variables with a price prediction. It's hard for me to make an accurate one. Most of the time, if I think about predicting something, it's usually something that I have accurate information on. Unfortunately, we don't have that much accurate information. A lot of the stuff that's been that would normally bring the possibility for us to make predictions is being withheld from us. Some of the pairings and some of the volumes and some of the even some of the markets in XRP are being withheld from XRP charts. Some of the information and NDAs and partnerships are being withheld from the public sphere. So it's hard for me to make any possible predictions without accurate information. And honestly, as much as I love Ripple Labs and as much as I love XRP and as much as I love the entire crypto space, I kind of feel like, you know, I understand that Ripple Labs can't play, they can't play goalie or they can't play umpire. What am I looking for? What word am I looking for here? Referee. They can't play referee. I feel a little bit like, you know, I understand Ripple can't play referee for all this stuff, but I kind of wish Ripple would be a little bit more openly communicative with us about what's happening, and they're not. They're. I love them. I'm not trying to say anything bad about them. This is not, you know, this is not saying anything bad about them. I'm just saying I understand they have a lot of NDAs. They probably can't talk. They're probably telling us as much as they can. Again, I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. Yeah, even Brad Garlinghouse has no clue. I saw someone yesterday talking about how they think the BG insider was possibly a Ripple insider that was not a very high tier Ripple insider. I forget who talked about this. Someone suggested this yesterday. If it was you and you're in the stream, let me know. I'll give you credit. I saw someone suggest this, that BG123 was maybe an insider, a Ripple insider, but not very high up. Once Ripple Labs started noticing that information was leaking, then they basically made a tighter inner circle for their NDAs. So maybe the information was withheld from some of the other employees. Only people in the upper inner circle get to find out what the news is. As that kind of came out, as that happened, it seemed like a lot of the information dried up. And you know what's also really interesting is the information dried up around the same time that BG, also Brad Garlinghouse, the original Brad Garlinghouse, said something about we're a little bit behind. We're a little bit further behind than we thought we'd be. Now, in reality, we don't know what that means. We have no idea what that means. It's a very, very generalized statement. But coming from BG's mouth, recognizing that we can understand we're not as far as they thought they'd be earlier this year. There's a little bit more of a holdup than anticipated. It's hard to say where we are right now with the regulation. It's hard to say where we are with the announcements coming out in what's going to be now about 12 days. The ELFs and the possible, you know, decision. I don't know. T-Wum says, I think bull run starts November, then moon December. I think bull run starts November. Moon's December. Yeah, thanks. Illmatic's right. It means regulation takes time and is a pain in the arse. Totally. When I was watching that, I was watching a video. I was watching the Joe Rogan and Elon Musk podcast. And we talked about it after I watched it. We talked about it after I watched it. We talked about it a few more times after I watched it. But thinking about Elon Musk talking about AI. In that video, he says he's been warning people about the problems with AI for years, but no one does anything preemptively. Most people are not going to do anything preemptively. There's very much a reactive atmosphere. So especially around regulatory systems, regulation in general, very reactive, not preemptive. What does that mean? He was saying that as far as AI regulation goes, that we might not ever see it. We might not ever see AI regulation in time for it to do anything. I kind of was thinking about crypto in a weird way. The ILP is sort of looking to be more and more like regulation to me. The ILP is looking to be more and more, in my mind, like regulation. The launch of the ILP, the function of the ILP, the interoperability and use of the ILP for all the other blockchains and crypto assets. The ILP looks more and more to me like regulation. It's a standard. It's a standard protocol. What have we said for the last 7 or 8 months is that XRP is a very efficient, usable digital asset on the ILP. People, again, looking at trying to launch Lightning Network so that Bitcoin can keep up. Looking at launching all kinds of different like proof of stake and proof of work changes to Ethereum so that it can keep up. In fact, it looks like possibly the Bitcoin maximalists have been for so long holding on to this narrative that they're going to be on top. I think they're trying their best to get Bitcoin Lightning Network to launch and be effective before Ripple and XRP mass adoption happens. And whether or not they can succeed is looks like it's falling to the less and less likelihood as time goes on. Less and less likely as time goes on. That's what I think. Speaking about the regulations, thinking about the reactive quality of regulations, the possibility that ILP is already a standard, already a regulation of types. What does that mean when they launch it? What does that mean when Bakkt goes live with the pairing to the ILP? What does it mean that we're going to be building our own? I already have done it on my websites. I have an ILP address. You have an ILP address just by using your XRP tip bot, which we've made a video about that as well. So your ILP address, really looking, you know, like maybe it's the new bank, the new central bank. So innovation ahead of regulation. Scott WP's right. Scott WP's right. Treacher calls ILP the scheme, the universal rule book for all banks on RippleNet. That makes sense. That makes sense. It makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. Is XRP confirmed for Bakkt? No, it's not. Nothing's confirmed for Bakkt. XRP is not confirmed for Bakkt. Ferdinand says, tomorrow, read my Twitter. Ferdinand, if you tweet at me right now so I know what your Twitter is, it'll be more likely I can look at your Twitter tomorrow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, XRP X-Ray Profits. I was really trying to pull you out of the woodwork. I was really trying to pull you out of the woodwork, my friend. The whole video I've been talking about the refinement and golden ratio and preventative measures for people that are feeling confused right now with the information. Thank you, XRP X-Ray Profits. Thank you so much for chiming in. XRP X-Ray says, my brother-in-law says XRP is a cult and we all have blinders on and we need to wake up. I'm scared. I saw a video this morning that I again got a little irked about. Someone was claiming that putting a bunch of FOMO out into the air about XRP, claiming that people are going to be suicidal if they don't jump on. And I feel like that was really not cool, not funny, and I did not enjoy that. And I feel like there's a lot of people, probably more in the XRP X-Ray Profit camp than are coming out and telling us that they are. I want to have a conversation about this. Thank you so much for opening up this dialogue. XRP is a cult. We have blinders on, and we need to wake up. I respect people that are willing to challenge our beliefs. I respect that someone's willing to challenge our beliefs. It shows that your brother-in-law cares about you. He doesn't want you to get stuck in a crypto cult. And that's why I made that crypto addict PSA, because it's funny and because it's real. It's not necessarily hard. It's not hard to see why they would think that. It's very easy to see why someone would say that to you. There's a lot of people out in the space that are bad actors. There's a lot of people out in the space outside of crypto that are just taking advantage of people left and right all day long. So I wonder, when you have that narrative suggested to you, most of the time what that means, if people are saying, XRP is a cult, we have blinders on and we need to wake up, the reality is I think that most of the time when that conversation starts, either one, there's not enough information around, there's not enough accurate information to have a discussion, or people are not willing to listen to the information. Either one. Now, the problem here is that most of the time, people are not willing to listen. There's plenty of information out there that points and shows why XRP is real. It's the most functioning digital asset in the space. There's a lot of information out there as to why ILP will become a standard of payment protocols. There's a plethora of information out there, but the problem is that there's a plethora of misinformation. I get it. It's a problem. It's a problem that we can't really fix because it's the internet. Now, I think that this is why I like to challenge ideas. This is why I like to poke fun of myself and poke fun of other influencers and other ideas in the space, because we need to have critical thinking. I like to hype and then be a skeptic at the same breath. In the same breath, I like to hype and be a skeptic. I think that there's a possibility that, you know, obviously your brother-in-law, he just cares about you. He really just wants the best for you. He also maybe doesn't understand this evolution. Going back to this refinement, going back to this sweet sketch pad we put together, thinking about, you know, the fintech industry in general, let's get a nice bright green. This is like where, let's just say this is like the 1970s here, where they just figured out, like, we probably should have like this is like the 1970s. They figured, like, whoa, we probably should have some kind of system, a global system of exchange or something. And then it didn't really work out. In fact, in 1988, 18 years later, when David Schwartz put the patent together for the first cloud computing program that focuses on one centralized task, they said in the article in The Economist, they said, we're looking to create a one world currency, but we weren't ready yet. In fact, they tried to do it in the beginning of the 80s and it fell through. They tried to launch a one world currency-esque type of thing, a global payment rail type of structure in the 80s, and it fell through. They did not have the technological capabilities to do it. I wonder what if you had an agenda 30 years ago and you had a team of people ready to work on the agenda. I wonder what you would do. Interesting to think about. So in the 1970s, they realized they have a problem. They want a global refinement of financial systems. The next refinement is not that great. It's Swift. Swift took years. It took decades for banks to be like, you know what, maybe we should use Swift. The problem was that banks are very slow to adopt. They don't want to adopt unless they have to, and they were reluctant to do so until they needed to because of the security vulnerabilities in their systems. Swift updated some of their systems. It provided this messaging platform, basically, and then what basically happened is people realized, like, oh, this is great. We don't need to do anything else. But the people that started this program back in the 70s, they knew something else needed to be done, and they had secretly been building Bitcoin. So the NSA, Satoshi Nakamoto crew, builds Bitcoin, and they've launched it just quietly in the night. About the same time as we have a global financial crisis of liquidity. No big deal. No big deal. It's fine. It's fine. It's just fine. Again, referencing that we know a lot of times people don't want to recognize the hyper deflationary quality or inflationary quality. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I feel like I got it backwards. The hyper inflationary quality or deflationary quality. I feel like I got it backwards. I feel like I'm tongue tied on those ones. Most people don't recognize the quality. The fact is that your fiat loses value, whichever one that is. The fiat loses value inside of our lifetime. I think it's lost 80% of its value, some crazy amount. Fiat's losing value, and you don't see it because it's still a dollar inside of our nation state. Now, if you played a Forex, you probably know how much the dollar is worth outside of the US, but no one cares. So silently in the night, they launch BTC. It's sweet. Everyone likes it. They create a whole narrative for anarcho, anti-establishment kids to jump in. It makes sense. Hey, what's up? Thanks for joining. Thanks for subbing. So what's the next refinement? The next refinement is XRP. Literally, I think the next refinement, well, maybe it's BTC launching and getting some fork updates. Let's put that one right here. BTC hitting all-time high and reaching a narrative, a global narrative. That's this check mark. What's the next refinement? I think they know XRP is the next refinement. XRP is this next refinement of what's happening with the global payment rail. So if you were to show your brother this drawing, he would definitely say you're in a cult. Probably because it's not the best drawing and you're listening to advice on YouTube. Now, the problem here is that this is real information. This is real information I'm presenting to you right now on a live stream, thinking about what's happening with this refinement process of a global payment rail. Most people are not interested in this conversation. There's a lot of information here. It's very heady. I get it. And there's a lot of risk. There's a lot of risk. Woo! Thanks, Ferdinand, for joining, subscribing. Cheers. XRP X-Ray Profit says, thank you so much for staying with the conversation and taking part in the narrative, X-Ray. He says, where is the value? That is such a great question. That is such a great question. That was exactly what my grandpa asked. And I was having a conversation with him the other day about digital assets, about crypto, and he was saying, where's the value? And I love this question because it really highlights the reality that you need to know there's value. There's definitely an importance to answering these questions, to understanding these questions, to knowing why there's value here. And I think one of the best things that we found originally was this, there was a document that I put up on my Twitter a long time ago, and it took me a minute to go find it. It will take me a really long minute to go find it, but there's a couple people from, I think, Yale and from somewhere else that did a value breakdown, a fundamental value evaluation on digital assets and why there would be value there. And the most basic explanation of why there's value in these digital assets is because they have a fixed supply, meaning that you cannot create more out of nothing. People might be like, yo, bro, they made those out of nothing to begin with. Well, maybe. And the conversation goes further when people say, well, proof of work brings value because you're spending money on energy to create blocks, to create Bitcoins. That's a fallacy. That makes no sense at all. The value's there because it provides a service and a function. The value is inside the utility of the coin. So there's actually there's duality inside the value here. The possibility is that most people thinking about the value of these don't understand that our fiats are not on a fixed supply. They can print as much money as they want. That's a problem. Digital currencies with a fixed supply, no one's seen these yet. No one's seen these yet. This is brand new, brand freaking new stuff out here. So yeah, it's important to be skeptical. Yeah, it's important to think, where's the value coming from? And when people like Warren Buffett say there's no value in Bitcoin, that's basically like him taking his little white glove off and bitch slapping you and being like, you're too stupid to realize that value, a store of value is value. A store of value is value. In nation states where people don't have a fiat that holds value, the poor people just keep getting poorer. Poor people keep getting poorer. Poorer. They have no store of value. They have no way to hold value. So it's easy for people who have been, playing with financial systems their whole life, who literally create value in whatever they want. It's easy for them to say they don't see any value here. But people who have not had access to a store of value, people who have never seen a fixed supply currency, people who have never had the ability to be in charge of their money and send it to anyone they want in the world, those are the revolutions that are going to bring value to these systems. Those are the changes and the conversations and the narratives that won't die. Because once an idea's time has come, you cannot kill it. You cannot kill it. The real question I think moving forward here that people are excited about is like how much value? How much value? So we were just talking about where's the value. I want to find that tweet I put out now. It's probably so far back. But thinking about what brings value to the systems, what brings what brings people into these systems. It's again over and over again. I'm gonna go ahead and quote some Gary Vee. Gary Vee quotes right here, talks about this right here. If you want to know like how to bring some value to something, bring a service, offer a service, right? So where's the value in a digital asset? Think about what it provides. What service does it provide? Well, it's a fixed supply currency, so it brings a fixed supply to a store of value. What's the service it provides? Well, I can buy out of my nation state fiat. What's really crazy about that is it means that if I'm part of a authoritarian regime and I don't want to support anymore, my dollar has a buying power. It has a voting power. I can buy out of my nation state fiat that's involved in the military industrial complex. I can buy into a nation that presents and supports the ethos that I want to be part of. And that, my friends, is powerful. That's a big, big change that's happening. The possibility for each blockchain to have its own ethos, the possibility for each corporation and government to have their own ethos, and then the power for the people to actually be able to choose with their dollar what they support. So that's about it. That's about the whole, that's a revolution in summary. We've never had this before. We've never had this before. We've never had someone be able to buy out of a nation-state fiat and buy into a digital currency or another currency that they want to use interoperably with theirs. Governments have less control. The global economy is now a focus instead of a nation economy. That's such a great point. Thank you so much, Diane. You reminded me of something I wanted to look at, and it was in my feed. Powerful stuff. I agree. This was in my feed earlier, and I'm just going to scroll through. I hope I find it. There's a lot of stuff on here we could probably look at. There's a lot of news up here we could probably look at. Sometimes I feel like I just keep hearing all these these news articles that I'm just like, this doesn't mean anything. Stop it. Whoa, where is it? People are all up in arms about, oh, wow. Also, Florida's hurricane getting crazy. That hurricane over Florida is looking crazy. Looking for an article I saw earlier on here, but I think I remember it was on CoinDesk. So we're just going to go to CoinDesk.com and look at it. The article's talking about China launching their own stablecoin. What's really funny about that is that people are talking, like, there's so much discussion right now about the economies and their relationship to each other and their ability to navigate the trade war and what's happening with this. This looks funny. There's a giant Bitcoin rat on Wall Street. Let's look at that. I don't know where this article is. CoinDesk launched their own stablecoin, though, and I thought that was really funny because people are always talking about these different nation states and their competing economies. When you see the ILP go live, it'll be the first time that we actually start thinking about a global economy. Get ready for that narrative. Yes, Florida, stay safe. Florida, stay safe, my fam. This is one of my favorite sites for weather stuff. It's a... Where is it? What's up, Peter? Thanks for subbing. What's up, Peter? I'm looking for this and I can't find it. Let's hit a hotkey. Investor Blaster. So this website I really like called Venture Sky. It's pretty crazy. It's got, I'm set on temperature right now, but I like when it's on wind speed, and then you can see the... Oh no. When it's on wind speed, you can see the storms nearby.